Under the lights, speaking of facts, double the price, yeah. Under the lights, we covering sports, whatever you like, yeah. Home runs in the park, touchdowns in the end zone. Knockouts in the ring, buzzer beater for the win, go hard or go home. Find out who you are when you under the lights. That pressure made a star, right there. Under the lights, you looking for the best, tune in to Under the Lights. Yeah, under the lights.
Yeah. Welcome back to Under the Lights. We are your hosts. I'm Big Mike, and that's my guy, Jordan. What's up, boy?
What's going on, man? I'm chilling. What's good with you, baby?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You already know, like I always say, I'm blessed, man. You know what I mean? My wife's still fine. Kids good. Everybody good, bro. As long as that's good, I'm good, bro. As long as ain't nothing stopping the money. Ain't nothing stopping the money, and my wife fine, and my kids good, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, man. You good though, man? What's up?
I mean, I'm all right, man. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, man. You know what I mean?
All right.
Nothing really happening right now.
Just another day,
you know
huh?
Yeah, just another day. Just waiting on this soccer stuff. So
Yeah.
You know
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, you know what we're here to do. We're here to talk sports. We ain't gonna waste no more time, you feel me? But before we get started, for the ones that's watching here on YouTube right now, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button so y'all can be up to date with all things Under the Lights. Tell a friend to tell a friend, like, share, comment, do all of that. And if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify right now, keep listening, keep downloading. We see it. We appreciate you, and we thank you. You understand? So we're going to go ahead and get started. Obviously, we're starting with the NFL. You know what I mean? Football is definitely underway. Week 5 is in the books. You understand me? And we just seen last night the Kansas City Chiefs get a win in Arrowhead over the New Orleans Saints, 26-13. You understand? Now, with this season, the Chiefs, you know, we started the season off. The Chiefs wasn't looking like the Chiefs normally look. Same thing we were saying last season, during the season, whatever the case may be. But after tonight, when they got the dub against the New Orleans Saints, 26-13 in Arrowhead at home on Monday Night Football, do you think the Chiefs got back to their dominant winning ways? And I'll take this first if need be. So, to me personally, you know what I mean, I'm not going to say this game is going to say, you know, they're going to start being dominant again. You understand me? But what I say about tonight was this was a dominant performance. And if they had a better outing in the red zone, it was 2 of 7 in the red zone. If they had a better outing in the red zone, it wouldn't even have been close. It would not have even been close with this performance tonight. You know what I mean? Like the Chiefs. But before I even get into the game, the first drive for the New Orleans Saints, I was like, what the hell is Derek Carr doing? What is he doing? This nigga threw a rainbow off the back leg, just threw it up for grabs, just threw it in the ocean, resulting into an interception. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, throwing balls in double coverage, triple coverage. I mean, this is who Devontae Adams wanted to go with. This is what Devontae Adams wanted to go out to Las Vegas to play with. You know what I mean? Derek Carr. I never thought Derek Carr was a good quarterback like that. Never. Especially not to want to leave somewhere and go play with him. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But as far as
you thought he was a little terrible during that drive? Like in the drive, they was pushing, and then he made that mistake.
This is the reoccurring theme all the time, throwing the ball up in the ocean for Derek Carr off the back leg. Because when you get pressure on Derek Carr, bro, he ain't no good. He'll throw that motherfucker anywhere, and he always does this. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that's a guy like Devontae Adams. You wanted to go play with that. Not for me. I'm sorry, not for me. But as far as the Chiefs was concerned, man, I know they got Travis Kelce involved early. You know what I mean? I think he had 8 catches in the first half. You understand me? The Chiefs, you got Pat Mahomes out here, man, and Pat Mahomes just doing what he normally does. You understand what I'm saying? The man threw for 210 yards in the first half alone. They was doing whatever they wanted to do, but like I said, in the red zone, they just wasn't cashing in as much, but pretty much doing what they wanted to do, move the ball, got Kareem Hunt going in the running game. He had over 100 yards on the ground. Team rushed for 139 yards, man. And like I said, what Pat Mahomes did in the first half, he just did it in the second half. He had ended the game with 331 yards. No touchdowns and an interception, but that interception that I'm not blaming him for that. He'll hit Juju Smith-Schuster right here in the hands. In the end zone. Motherfucker got hit, popped up, and the big man got an interception. Jalen Hurts had 5 interceptions like that last year. I'm not putting that on Pat Mahomes. He threw it in his hands. You know what I mean? He got hit, and the ball went up in the air, It is what it is, you know what I mean? So, but the interception goes on his resume, so he didn't have any touchdowns, but he was the one getting them downfield, moving the ball downfield, getting them in position to score touchdowns all night long, moving around in the pocket, using his arms, beating you with his legs, this, that, and the third, just doing what he normally does, extending the play, getting out of harm's way, things like that, and just leading the team, you feel me? So when you look at this, the New Orleans Saints coming into this game, they averaged 134 yards on the ground. Well, they helped him to 47 yards on the ground tonight or last night. So the defense was there, and get this, like the defense was there all night long, and with the exception of that one drive that they scored, that one scoring drive, like when they put that 7 points up on the board, you know what I mean? When he hit Shaheed for the 43-yard bomb in the middle of the field. All right, cool, good drive. You understand what I'm saying? But other than that, you know what I mean? It was a dominant performance. Chris Jones didn't even jump off the screen until later on in the game in the fourth quarter with minutes left. You know what I mean? A quick pass rush here and there, making the quarterback get rid of the ball. You know what I mean? But his fingerprints was not all over the game. He wasn't jumping off the screen like he normally does. You feel me? So this wasn't even a Chris Jones-led game, but it was a team game on defense. And Pat Mahomes willing the team, doing what he needed to do. And like I said, I know it was 26-13. You could look at the score and say, man, only that? Yeah, but they didn't get that. The Chiefs didn't. I mean, the New Orleans Saints didn't do nothing. Derek Carr didn't even pass for 200 yards. I think he had 165 yards or something like that. He didn't have a good game, and just like he normally does, missing a bunch of throws, throwing the ball in the dirt, throwing it out of bounds, missing guys wide open. I know they had Chris Olave he only had like one target, you know what I mean, the majority of the game, and then they tried to hit him late or whatever the case may be, but it had no bearing on the game. Obviously, Derek Carr ended up getting hurt going out the game with some minutes left, but by that time, you know what I mean, the game was pretty much over. So, yeah, if we're looking at tonight, I'm not going to say this game is going to say, hey, yeah, they're going to get back to dominant winning. But last night was definitely a dominant performance. Even though it's 26-13, they did what they wanted to do all night long, and they gave the New Orleans Saints nothing at all.
Yeah. I think the Kansas City Chiefs 100% was dominant in this win. I think it was more dominant defensively, if you ask me. You know what I mean? I think that's what it was. It was a defensive masterclass. I think one of the pivotal moments in the game, because you pretty much touched on a lot of the stuff. So I don't want to repeat the same shit you saying. You know what I'm saying? We just talk about the game. I think a pivotal moment was when I think it was third down and they brought like 8 players or something. Like they brought 8 players to come because they knew that if they bring the 8 players, he's gonna have to get it out. He's gonna have to get out their hands quick. Mm-hmm. And he got out of his hands quick. And I think the guy missed it. You know what I'm saying? He missed the catch. When he went for what do you do? He just went for a go route, just a go route.
You're talking about the Saints?
Yeah.
When they rushed Derek, he dropped it. That's a tough catch. That's a tough catch.
I'm not saying it's not a tough catch. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that was a pivotal because right there, if they went down and scored, they would put pressure on Kansas City, right? And Kansas City they weren't scoring, they weren't putting up 7s. You know what I'm saying? Right. Even though, they were putting up 7s because they were bad in the red zone. Yep. They've been bad in the red zone all year. Yeah. So expect, even announcers said that. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, it's not like Patrick Mahomes is out there scoring touchdown, giving you 7s in terms of his arm.
Yep.
But this is where sometimes the TD things can be, it's like an inflation stat sometimes. I'll tell you why. They can go down the field, right? And if you decide to put the ball in the end zone with a running play, then your quarterback's not going to be recorded for the touchdown. But he brought you down the field, and then they decide to run it in, and it's like, oh, he's not putting up stats. You get what I'm saying? Yep. So sometimes you got to look at the game and look at it a bit differently. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't like when people say, he only had 20 touchdowns this season, but then you have a running back give you another 10. The next running back might give you another, 5 or whatever the case may be. But I think that in this case, people
that's watching right now, he's talking about Lamar Jackson. That's what he's referring to. Keep going.
No, I'm not.
Keep going.
No, I'm not.
Just keep going.
Yo.
Keep going.
Yo, but anyway, he was 100%. He was slicing. It looked like New Orleans had no clue what to do defensively, bro, because they were getting down the field at will, bro. They said there was a point in the game they had 9 possessions and 7 of the times they got all the way down the field to the red zone, bro.
Yep.
They was doing whatever they wanted, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm 100% like wrong about it because in the beginning, man was talking about, yo, this New Orleans Saints they look dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong, bro.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
You was also wrong about your pick last night, so that makes me 7-5 on the season. I'm glad you brought that up. You know what I mean? So that'll make me 7-5 on the season. Okay,
I'm gonna tell you the reason why I did that. Now this nigga can't go and not pick some teams that you don't really want to. You know what I'm saying?
No,
now we can do that.
No. You said since we talking about D, I'm going to go with the Saints because of their defense. That's what you said.
What?
You just said it yesterday on the show, bro. You said it yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't even want to pick them, bro.
Listen, that's on you. That's on you.
I know. I'm just telling you, I didn't want to pick them, but I just picked them.
Then listen, that's on you. Don't try to get me to pick somebody I don't really want to pick.
I'm not doing that again, though. I'm not doing that again. I'll tell you that right now.
That's fine. So don't try to get me to like you trying to. Oh, well, we got a lot of games. We got a lot of games left. Look, since I did it, he's gonna do. No, nigga. I went with what I thought was gonna win, and I'll take my 7-5 record, nigga, into week 6.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So yeah. But I think. Pat in the pocket, bro. Like he was good in the pocket, man. Like they couldn't get to him, man. His pocket presence was amazing today.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie to you. And you see, some people might pick at different things. I thought that was a big thing because he was buying so much time in the pocket.
Did you see that move he put on dude when he jabbed him and they both kind of like ran into each other? And he got the first down. That was fire.
Yes, fire. So I don't think that this is. I think okay. Before
you go, I say it's fire like that because coming from him, we ain't never seen that. You know what I mean? We never seen it like that. Either when Lamar do some shit, you know what I mean? It's like nigga, it's great. He always do this shit. You know what I mean? But a move like that from Pat Mahomes, that shit was fire for real.
No, that shit was crazy. That was nice. 100%. That was nice. But if we talk about getting back to dominant ways, I mean, the thing is, defensively, why not? Right? Like, I think if we're gonna sit there and say, Pat Mahomes, if he gets to anywhere in his productivity that you're used to seeing, then you're gonna see blowouts because they're already a good defensive team.
Start with the red zone.
You get what I'm saying? So I think that I think that I don't want to say they're going to be. It's like they're not really back to their dominant form, but we can't say they're not. I mean, they're 5-0, man.
Yeah,
they're 5-0.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They get the job done at the end of the day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But in terms of dominance, all we have to wait and see is Pat Mahomes and that offense going to start putting up points on the board, especially when they get into the red zone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking maybe 3. I'm talking about 7s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if they get to that type of level, then you're going to see the dominant Kansas City that you're used to seeing. You get what I'm saying? And that's where I would say I don't think they're at that thing yet because of the potential that I'm giving you. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I would say about that, yo.
Well, this is another thing I'm gonna say before we move on to the next topic. Dog, top. Listen, baby.
Oh,
it's back to reality. It's back to back to life, back to reality. That's what it is for you, baby. Ain't nothing going on down there in the bayou. You're not going to the look. It don't look like you're going to the playoffs at all. You know what I mean? It doesn't get easier. The Falcons look good. The Saints, the Bucks look good. You understand what I'm saying? So listen, I know you was doing a lot of talking the first 2 weeks and things like that, but listen. It's back to reality. You got Derek Carr as your quarterback. I don't know how far you thought you was going to get with him. So, more power to you.
Oh, he was talking.
He did do a little shit talking. You know what I mean? It's all good though. You know what I mean? When they was winning and shit like that. So, it is what it is. What do you
think's going to happen over on that side though? Now that they went from looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. That's why we shouldn't crown. Things early.
But you remember, like when Mel was out here, we 2-2. I said, it's early, Mel. How many times you see teams come out 2-2 and then the rest of the season it's downhill? You know what I mean? 2-2. That's you know what I mean. That's nothing. That's nothing. It's 17 games. You know what I mean? Now they look. You started off 2-0. Now you're 2-3. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, what now? You know what I mean? But hey, man, and listen, another thing with Derek Carr, bro. Like when I say like back to reality, you know what I'm saying? The first 4 weeks he was 19 of 25 with 300 yards and 3 touchdowns through the first 4 games of the first quarter. Last night he was 3 of 7 for 13 yards in the first quarter. You know what I mean? Like that's a humongous drop. You know what I mean? Through first 4 games, he's 300 yards in the first quarter, 19 of 25, 3 touchdowns to 3 of 7 for 13 yards. You know what I mean? And you gotta, you know what I mean, doing what you doing out here. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it's just back to reality. And big shouts to Juju Smith-Schuster. He had a big game. He had 7 catches on 8 targets for 130 yards. You understand what I'm saying? So he would have had a touchdown if he would have kept it in his hands after getting hit. But shit happens.
What about with Andy Reid, yo? With his thing about bringing back players every time. You know, they even brought that up. They be every time players that used to play with the team, he would go and get these players, man. And then
because it's about, can you play? I understand what happened. Like with Kareem Hunt, we all seen the video. We see what happened with Kareem Hunt, blah, 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 blah. Can you play? I'm not about to hold that against you. Ain't nobody in this world fucking perfect. You made a mistake. All right, cool. Did you learn from that? You did? You on a different trajectory now? Your mind back right? Can you still play? Come on, let's go. We got a football game to play.
Okay.
That's what it's about. I'm not about to, oh, he did that. Oh, we done with him. Can you still play? And on top of that, we need a running back. Isaiah Pacheco's out 6 to 8 weeks. We need a running back. Can you play? You good now? Your mind right? Let's go. Long as you ain't on another, I'm giving you another lifeline. You know what I mean? And they said that he stayed in contact with Pat Mahomes throughout this whole, or him and Pat Mahomes have stayed in contact with each other this whole time. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably another source that he had. You feel me? I'm pretty sure Pat Mahomes is like, yo, I'm pretty sure him and Andy Reid is close enough to say, yo, listen, Pacheco gone, baby. Let's look at getting Kareem Hunt back. He know what we about. He was drafted here. He know what we about. We about championships. You know what I'm saying? I know he messed up, but shit, that's old. Andy Reid probably like, you know what, you're right. I'll take your word for it. Or it could be Andy Reid doing it himself. Maybe Pat Mahomes didn't say nothing. But Andy Reid is that type of guy, bro. He's that type of guy. That's why Andy Reid don't get no, you don't ever hear no coaches, not no coaches, or like players that got some bad shit to say about Andy Reid. It's always all love with Andy Reid, even from the coaches that coached under him and all of that. It's always all love with Big Red, baby. So,
he was on, like, do you look at other teams like, yo, because if he's given a little bit of production, you like, why didn't other teams?
Because they were, because
why is he getting cut from other teams, or
because, well, he didn't get cut. You know what I mean? Maybe he just didn't get re-signed. You know what I'm saying? But other teams like to look at what happened this many years ago. What happened here? What happened there? You know what I mean? What happened? It's like look at Colin Kaepernick, right? They didn't want him to play. Nobody wanted him because he took a kneel. Could he still play? Yeah, he can still play. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, he can still play. But because of what the world is going to look at your organization like, well, you worried about some fans maybe not wanting to come to the game, or you losing money, or whatever the case may be, then you overlook it. You overlook it. Unless you telling me this guy, is a rapist, he's raping women, he's molesting kids. You know what I'm saying? He's doing things using his power. You know what I mean? Even if you out there robbed a bank, you robbed something. You know what I mean? Can you still play? What you gonna rob in here? What you gonna rob in football practice? What you gonna rob at the facility? If you robbing a bank for some shit and you get out, obviously nobody's gonna rob a bank and get out and play football. But I'm just saying, if you was caught up in something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe you knew what was going on. Maybe you had your hand in it some way, somehow, and it caused you to be out of the league for a year or two, or whatever the case may be. If you still can play, this is me. If you still can play, let's come play football, because obviously you need some money too. And if you could play football, I'm gonna help you get some money, so you ain't got to do that no more. So it's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You can help us win, and you can get back on your feet. Period. So that's how I look at the shit. Other teams don't do that, though. They just say they worried about how they're going to be looked at. Andy Reid ain't one of them guys. He ain't no rapist. He's not molesting kids. He ain't out here mass murdering people. You feel what I'm saying? So the nigga made a mistake. Shit happens, man. It happens. So that's where I'm at with that. So sticking with the NFL, man, the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, they also one of those 1-4 teams right now. And, their quarterback situation is not looking promising. It don't look like it's going anywhere. And I'm telling you, that $230 million fully guaranteed deal for Deshaun Watson is not aging well at all whatsoever. They just suffered another blowout loss, 34-13 to Washington Commanders, led by Jayden Daniels. You understand? Deshaun Watson went out here, was 15 of 28 for 125 yards and a touchdown. And Jordan, that touchdown came in the fourth quarter when everything was just, let them score. We want to get the ball. Just let them score. And it was 34-6 at that time. 34-6. They had it affected the game none. You feel me? That's when they was just saying, we're gonna give you everything cheap and not let you get nothing deep. Go ahead, do what you do. You feel me? So
yeah,
with the way the Cleveland Browns season is looking. Is what they're 1-4. It doesn't look like Deshaun Watson's progressing at all whatsoever. We can't keep coming out here saying, well, we just got to give him more time. Bro, it's over. It's over. The time has come. You know what I mean? To me. But from your perspective, they got Jameis Winston on the bench. Should they switch quarterbacks in the Cleveland Browns organization? I'm talking yesterday. Not right now, yesterday. It should be he should already be on the depth chart as number one quarterback. Let me know.
Listen, I remember I told you that I want to give him till midway. You know what I mean? Remember we spoke about it. I said at least give him till week 7 or whatever the case may be, right? To see what's happening. And I heard the coach said, that they sticking with him, right? Yep. They said they sticking with him.
Yep.
That's what he said. And to be honest with you, they ain't putting points on the board, right? They ain't putting many points on the board. And I think one thing that if you throw in Jameis Winston, you're gonna put fucking points on the board.
Yeah.
But he might give points to the other team too.
Definitely.
But then you have a defense that's supposed to be, a top-notch defense, right? So if you're already looking at a thing like, Deshaun Watson is not, because Deshaun Watson, his throwing is off, his timing looks off, he doesn't look like he can move that well. Because I remember when he was in Houston, at least he can get out and make some type of moves, make people miss. You know what I'm saying? Remember the playoff appearance that he had? He was out there balling out of fucking control in that game. Right? Like, he's not looking like he's doing any of that. Tell me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong? He don't look like that?
No, you're not wrong.
He don't look like that, man. And, we got to be honest and fair about the situation. And from watching, it doesn't look right, bro. It doesn't look right, bro.
No.
And it's not like his fucking schedule was hard.
Right.
Yeah, the shitty-ass Cowboys.
Okay.
I'm telling them, the shitty-ass Cowboys. But you want to say that was good?
Yep.
The Jaguars, Giants, and the Raiders, bro.
Yep.
And you're putting up 15, 16, and 13 points. Then you play the Commanders, put up 13 points, respectively, brother. Yep. You put up, what are we doing?
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So if we want to be harsh, then we got to say, if this is probably any other situation, and you're a team that's aspiring to be in a situation that at least vying for a playoff spot,
yep,
then I think you got to make moves, yeah?
Yeah.
Big Mike, you right.
Yeah.
If this is any other situation, I mean, but if this is any other situation, I think because he got paid that money and they don't want to just let that man sit, I think that's the situation right now, because this is not a team that should be 1-4, bro.
No.
It's not a team that should be 1-4. So if you're asking me, I think it could be a move where, okay, you know what, Deshaun, listen, right now you're struggling, and I don't know what you got to do, but he's got to be professional at the end of the day. But right now you're struggling, and we got to see if you or if it's, just the team is not working together. So throwing Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston shows that he can put points on the board, though. It's not like he goes and gets 30-something touchdowns in a season. He's done it.
Mm-hmm.
He's done that. We know he's done that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that'd be the right move, Big Mike. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
I think that's a move that should be made, and then see what happens. Because right now you ain't winning games. You ain't even scoring. And nigga, you play the Eagles, and then the Bengals, the lonely Bengals, and they put points on the board.
Yeah.
That we damn sure know.
Yeah.
So if you ain't putting points on the board against the Bengals, and then you play the Ravens, because they score too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Tell me if you're Eagles, they put points on the board?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And AJ and Devontae is going to be back week 6.
So what do
and
we?
Lane
So, you get
Johnson.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. This right here, and like you said, you remember I told you, I don't want to wait no more. I said I gave him last season, and I know he got hurt again. So then he had he had a successful surgery. He was off the whole rest of the season.
Yep.
Then he had the whole off season. Then he had the whole training camp. And he had these first 5 weeks right here.
Yeah, he did.
I can't, man. I can't. This right here, bro, like you said, we need to see if it's you or if it's us, meaning the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, this is how coaches get fired.
Yep.
And you got the coaches that come out here and say, I got to do better. I got to be better. That's what you're supposed to say, okay? That's what a coach, a quarterback can know it was not his fault. But you know what? I got to be better. I got to coach better. I got to have them better prepared. How the fuck you going to have Deshaun? How? Tell me how. Only way you're going to have him better prepared is if somehow, miraculously, we can press rewind, but keep it in 2024, but press rewind for Deshaun Watson. Make him the 2018, 2019 Deshaun Watson and put him back in that body and then put him in Cleveland. That's the only way you're going to be prepared, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, he went out there and gave up put up 125 yards. You didn't get a touchdown the entire game until they allowed you, until they just opened the door and said, come on in, everybody. Come on in. That's when you scored your touchdown. Why not see what Jameis Winston can do for you? Why not? He puts up points on the board, and yeah, he gonna get other team opportunities too. But damn it, he gonna give you 30. You feel me?
Yeah.
And the defense is struggling. But you know what I think is a part of that too, Jordan? I think they're discouraged because they know when they get off the field, they coming right back on. And if you're doing that for 5 weeks in a row, like I said, I always bring up the 2000 Ravens. Bro, them niggas is built different, man. Them niggas, they already know they didn't have a quarterback. They was built, first of all, they came in 1996. They built their organization around defense. You had the greatest middle linebacker ever. You had in Ray Lewis. You had the greatest safety ever in Ed Reed. And then you end up getting one of the greatest outside linebackers ever in Terrell Suggs. You got all pro Hall of Famers on each fucking level. Nigga, everybody about to fall in. This is built on defense. And we're going to win Super Bowl and win games off of defense. Bro, the Browns ain't built like that. They not. And they discouraged, bro, because every time they get somebody off the field or whatever the case may be, nigga, they coming right back on because Deshaun going to get off the field so fucking fast. So why not see at this point when it's not going your way, bro, like this right here, how much worse can you get? Well, you can get worse. You can be 1-5, 1-6, 1-7. But you know what I mean. You at rock bottom. You're at rock bottom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know you've won one game. Wow, you're rock bottom. You need to go to Jameis Winston. Deshaun Watson is not working. He's not the guy. I know they think about that money. I know they are. But, man, y'all did that out of desperation, thinking he was going to be the same guy when he came back, talking about the Cleveland Browns organization. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, they made the decision to pay this man all this money. That's y'all decision. Well, that's y'all decision to take this nigga out the motherfucking game and give somebody else the opportunity. Because it's not going up. You know how they say, you're at the bottom, you can only go up. They're not, they're going through the ground. Each week they lose, they 1-4, 1-5, 1-6. They're going through the ground. So you need to get somebody out there, you know what I mean, that with some backbone. And like Jameis Winston got backbone. He might be playing all the time. He might sound funny in his speeches and all of that, but that nigga can play some football. He can play some quarterback. He going to turn it over. That man had 30-plus touchdowns, but he also had 38 turnovers. 33 interceptions and five lost fumbles. He had 10 fumbles, but he recovered 5 of them. So 38 total turnovers, man. But he also gave you 30-something touchdowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jameis Winston can play quarterback. People call him trash. You know what interceptions do to you? You know what they do? You could be having a great game, but that interception come, boom. And if it's coming with regularity, your name is gonna keep on coming down the list. You understand what I'm saying?
And don't you think that if his team was winning though, still, it might be because Josh Allen turns that ball over, bro. A lot. Like a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
do you think that was a big reason on why? Because if his team was winning, they might overlook it.
Talking about if the Browns,
Jameis Winston.
Oh, if the team was winning, they probably would, because winning trumps all, bro. If you could still go out there, and maybe they wouldn't have won a Super Bowl, but if they could have, got to the NFC Championship game, or they know what the flaws is. They know what the flaws is. They know. The owners, they know. You know what I'm saying? But if you get far with it, you know what I mean? It's like, man, do we start all the way over? Or I know we can't trade and get a superstar quarterback for Jameis Winston. So do we start all the way over with a rookie quarterback and hope we hit on that? Or do we just get better at other parts to try to bring those turnovers down? Maybe we add another weapon right here to make it a little easier for Jameis Winston. Maybe we add another defensive player who can get off who we know that's a game changer, and on third down can give us another opportunity after Jameis Winston's turnover. You see what I'm saying? So it's like maybe so. What you asked, maybe they would have overlooked it. You know what I mean? But when you got all of that talent like the Bucs had, they had all pros on their squad on each level before Tom Brady even got there. But when you turn the ball over like that, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You feel me? So
yeah.
But I think it's time. Bro. We motherfucking need to stop looking at, man, if he just could be 70, 80, 75, 80%. He's not. He's not.
Yeah, he's not.
And he's not going to be. And we don't have no evidence to say, you know what, he's going to get. This is not a slump, bro. This ain't a slump, my nigga. I told you already, nigga, his throwing motion looked different. It looked different. You remember how Markelle Fultz came and was doing all that shit, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not saying that. It looks different. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a smooth throwing motion. It looked different, like he's trying. Like if he cocked that arm back a little too much, he's about to pop out. So I can't get my full power in my arm and my throwing ability out there. I'm doing it. I might not be able to take my arm 100% back. It looked like it's like 75% back. So throws are short, still in the ground. And then when you try to put too much power on it, it's going out of bounds.
It's going out. Yep. But also his mobility too, though, because it's not like he was crazy mobile. No, yeah. But he was a bit more. He can evade, move.
Deshaun, that shit Pat Mahomes doing. That shit you seen tonight. Yeah. A little faster than Pat Mahomes. Deshaun was never a blazer, but what he was a true escape artist. That's for damn sure. That motherfucker could escape the police, nigga. Not even being the fastest. You feel he can escape 5 police at one time trying to get him on the ground. You know what I mean? With canine dogs biting at him, he can escape that shit. Now he can. He got semen in his fuck. He got semen in his feet, man. He can't move. And yeah, Jameis Winston can't move either. But guess what? He gonna get that ball out. We ain't worried about Jameis Winston pushing that ball downfield. He gonna do that. I guarantee you, if they put Jameis Winston in there, you know what I mean, it could be better than what it is. I bet you we start seeing at least start seeing some wins. I'm not saying anybody going on a super win streak, but they're gonna see some wins, and then that defense to gain some more confidence. Because when the defense is out there, bro, you see he can go out there and score. Man, that makes it much better for you. For you, man. So I think it's time. It's time to go, bro. It's time.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. They can't score the ball, man. They last in yards per game, bro. They dead last, bro. And they average 15 points per game.
That's crazy.
15.8, bro. That's like 3. That's, I think, the third least. You know what I'm saying? Because Miami's not putting up any points. Yeah, Miami's not putting up any points, bro.
No, we know what's going on out there in Miami
and New England as well. So they lucky.
Yeah.
That's why those two have less. But you know what's going on out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
for
Cleveland,
sure.
we didn't expect this. I at least expect a bit better from him, though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not expecting you to be back to the Houston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just the timing is off. The throwing is off. The mechanics seem like it's off. You know what I'm saying? The timing with the receivers. He can't really escape. Looks like the pocket presence, like he doesn't know what's around him, getting stripped I just from watching, man, it just doesn't look good, man. It does not look good. And I want to say I feel sorry for him, but it's like, bro, you getting paid all that money, man.
Yeah.
You get paid all that money, man.
A lot.
So we got to judge you accordingly.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
And when you look at the press conference he had, he like, just control what I can control. I can only control, worry about what I can control or control what I can only control. You control every snap.
Yeah.
Every snap. It's in 65 times a game, the ball is touching your hands. You're in control, nigga. What are we talking about? You ain't throwing no fucking touchdowns. You ain't putting them in position to get touchdowns. You're not. So it's time to go, man. My opinion. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all.
I was on the opposite side, remember in the beginning? But from watching, bro, I'm with you.
Listen. Just from knowing how we know Deshaun Watson. Came from Clemson, got drafted, lit up the league, was putting up 4,000-yard season, you know what I mean, with one real true weapon in D-Hop. We know the Texas wasn't about to hit on nothing. He had everybody saying, man, if they just had one more receiver. Oh, man, if they just had this. You know what I mean? That's what Deshaun Watson did. And just knowing where he came from, how he got into the league, Clemson, lost, then won a national championship, then came in the league, lit it up. It's a sad story. You couldn't stay healthy and things like that. Cool. But you getting paid a lot of money, Playboy. A lot of money. And we expect you to be in that lab getting better and better and better. Period, point blank. So it is what it is. So, moving on with the NFL, man. Now we see Jayden Daniels out here lighting up the league. Boy out here 4-1, number one in the NFC East, putting up a great completion percentage, scoring rushing touchdowns, scoring passing touchdowns, and he is leading his team. You know what I mean? But we got a number one overall pick in Caleb Williams down a 2-game win streak. You know what I mean? And for the first time this season, Caleb Williams actually had a good game. You know what I mean? Albeit it was the Panthers. You understand? Albeit the Panthers, but hell, the man had a good game. We haven't seen it. You understand what I'm saying? But the question is this. Now, I know, Jayden Daniels has gotten off to a hot start. But do you think Caleb Williams can challenge Jayden Daniels for the Offensive Rookie of the Year award at the end of the season? Talk to me.
No.
Not at all?
No.
Okay.
I mean, if we looking at these things, right? Okay, let's look at these things in a totality. Okay? We comparing the quarterbacks.
Yep.
Chicago is not a team. Even though he went to Chicago got weapons now. Chicago not some team where they're no good or some shit like this. This is not the case.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They picked up some good people on offense and defense.
Yep.
One of them came from Baltimore on the defensive side.
Yep.
Don't piss me off. All right? Yeah, that's a fucking fact. So now let's check out his stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay. So passing, what is he? 1,091 yards. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Rushing. Oh, no, not rushing. Yeah, we can do rushing because we do the same thing for Jayden Daniels, correct? Because that rushing is a part of Jayden Daniels. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's Jayden Daniels.
100%.
He got 100%. Caleb Williams is not a rusher of the football, but if you want to, you want to put it out there, you can.
We put it in there. Yeah, we put it in there. We
got
113 rushing yards. All right.
Yep.
So he averages about 218 yards per game. He has 5 TDs, 4 ins, 1 fumble.
Yep.
Okay. Not the greatest.
Nope.
You understand what I'm saying? A QBR of 36.3.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's 29th.
Yep.
Okay. QBs. All right. 29th. All right. Passer rating, 81.3. That's 27th in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That's 27th in the league, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Completion percentage, 62.9. And he's been sacked 17 blood clot times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me repeat that. Sack 17 blood clot times, bro.
That's from all that running around in the backfield, trying to spin off, trying to do that shit you was doing at USC.
Now, if we're going to try and compare that to what's his name, but remember, we're saying, could he get there? But let me tell you something. This right here, man. Passer rating 106.3. That's fifth in the league, man.
Mm-hmm.
QBR 73.2. That's third in the league, my man.
Let me say something about QBR. I'm not huge on QBR. I'm not huge because you can go out there and have a magnificent game and still have a low QBR. You know what I mean? And also, and when it comes to like Hall of Fame shit, passer rating is in Hall of Fame. QBR is not. So I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Passer rating is a bit more thing for me as well. I hear you with that one. Rushing, yes, he has what? 300 yards rushing? Yeah. And 4 TDs. Okay. Now, his passing, he has 1,135 yards. That's 11.
Yeah.
Okay. And more importantly, and he's got sacked about 12 times as well. Let's just make that clear. Mm-hmm. But more importantly, his record is what?
4-1.
4-1. So we're gonna put all that together. All right. I don't think it's fucking close because that QBR, that passer rating is amazing. His completion percentage is 77.1. That's first in the league. And yes, he does do simple throws, but don't get it twisted, my nigga. He be getting them shots downfield.
Yeah, on the run too.
Yes. Evading pressure.
Yep.
And then throwing that bitch downfield, right? So if you're going to ask me, is one person, listen, if one guy's getting sacked 17 times, running around the pocket, you know what I'm saying? Running around, 4 interceptions already on the season. 5, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's turning over the football as much as he is scoring the football. You know what I mean? It's not like he has bad receivers out there. He does not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not like his team has bad defense. He does not.
Mm-hmm.
That's Caleb I'm talking about. So it's not as if we didn't think Jayden Daniels was going to be doing what he's going to be doing. Mm-hmm. Even though I think on the offensive side of the ball, they're not bad also. You know, especially picking up Austin Eckler is a real big pickup as well.
Big pickup.
Big pickup. Yep. Right? So if you asking me, Philly, he don't have a chance, bro. What's his name's up there in the rating with all the statistics categories that you want in your quarterback? He's up there, bro.
Yep.
So nah, brother.
So
quick take for me, my nigga.
Right. So for me, I'm just gonna run off the stats real quick again. I know you already did it, you know, but I'll do it real quick. So we look at Caleb, you know what I mean? First of all, like I said, he had a good game on Sunday. He was 20 of 29 for 304 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions in a 36-10 win over the Panthers. Like I said, we all know the Panthers is, you know, you can walk in there with no helmet and go out there and get a dub. You feel what I'm saying? But seeing how Caleb Williams had performed, you know what I mean, before then, this is a good game from him. You know what I mean? But on the season, like you said, he's 107 for 170. You know what I mean? What is that? 62.9% completion percentage, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I'm not too worried about the rushing yards. He's not a rusher. It's 21 carries for 113. Jayden Daniels, 77% completion, 1,135 yards, 8 total touchdowns. That's 4 in the air and 4 on the ground. But see here, so if you was just to not look at the game and just look at this right here, you'd be like, oh, well, it's kind of close. I know he got a few more interceptions, but you know, he's maybe a little. Maybe listen. I was like, maybe he could do a little something. Maybe he can't. You know what I mean? But you got to watch the games. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Jayden Daniels is impacting winning. He is the reason that the Washington Commanders are winning. He is. He's in control. He has a high completion percentage. He's making plays inside and outside the pocket. His defense is not as good as the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams went out there and won the game against the Titans without throwing over for 100 yards. He had 93 yards passing, and they won the game. Mm-hmm. Jayden Daniels cannot do that, bro. He can't. If he went out there and threw for 93 yards, they would go out there and get fucking aired. All right, because it ain't like their defense is out there stopping people like the Bears' defense has been doing for a few games this season. You know what I mean? And they're not the Bears' defense is the reason that the Bears have been winning a few games. That defense is the main reason, causing turnovers, special teams, and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. The only way that Caleb Williams, to me, could catch up to Jayden Daniels is if he flip a switch, and which I don't think is going to happen at all. It's the NFL. You're not flipping no switches. You feel me? Or you telling me, you know what I mean, they're going to Jayden Daniels is going to fall off. You know what I mean? Like they both got they both don't have it's not a real easy schedule. You know what I mean? If you look at the next 5 games for the Bears, they got the Jags. We know what they looking like, right? And you got then they got the Commanders. They got the Cardinals, the Pats, and the Packers. Well, if you look at the Commanders, you know what I mean, they got the Ravens next, the Panthers, the Bears, the Giants, and the Steelers. So you might be looking at a tougher schedule for the Commanders, being that the Ravens, you play the Ravens, they can score, and even though their defense don't look like it did last year, they do have guys on that defense that can step up and make plays when needed, a la Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Van Noy, All-Pro, and Roquan Smith. So they got some boys out there. You feel what I'm saying? And you look at like I said, the Panthers. I think they get a dub. Bears defense. You know what I'm saying? You got the New York Giants. Not saying they hitting on nothing like that. They all coming off a 2-game win streak, whatever the case may be. And then you got the Pittsburgh Steelers with their defense. So within that 5-game stretch right there, Ravens and the Steelers would probably be their toughest matchup. Maybe he don't go out there and ball out, but at the same time, against the Jags and the Packers, being that the Packers is in the same division as the Bears, and they know the Packers, that defense might be to play better, you know what I mean? And then you got the Jags, he might go out there and have a good game. So if you got 2 games like that, where Jayden Daniels may not look like he's looked, but Caleb Williams may have caught some stride for those couple games, maybe he could get a little closer. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? But it's hard for me to believe that, you know, if Jayden Daniels is still impacting winning, you know what I mean, versus Caleb Williams' defense being the reason that they're winning, that he can catch him and really challenge him for Offensive Rookie of the Year. You feel what I'm saying? So I think Jayden Daniels is a better quarterback. He's also a Heisman Trophy winner. He's also a Heisman. We won a Heisman too. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, I think he's a better quarterback. I think the Bears chose him based off of, he won the Heisman. Let's get him. That's what I think. I don't think they really, you know what I mean? You know how I don't know if you remember a guy named Ryan Leaf, the quarterback in Ryan Leaf. He's one of the biggest quarterback busts in NFL history, if not the, you know what I mean? And next to like Jamarcus Russell and shit like that, you know what I mean? But, it's like he just give me them vibes, bro. You know what I mean? Not saying he's gonna be as bad as Ryan Leaf, but I wasn't a big.
Yeah, hold that, man. Come on, make a bold statement, baby. Come on now.
Listen, I never thought. Listen, you shut the hell. Jordan, be quiet. You talking about make a bold statement? You want me to sit up? I'm talking. You interrupted me. I'm telling you my statement right now. You know what I mean? I never was big on Caleb Williams coming out of the draft. Not even in college. I was never big on Caleb Williams, ever. I don't think he's one of them guys that's going to change life for you. I don't. And listen, you can say, well, Keenan Allen is out. Nigga, when Keenan Allen was in, you ain't throw for 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a big Caleb Williams fan. I don't think he's better than Jayden Daniels. He's got a better defense. He got a better defense than Jayden Daniels, and he got better weapons than Jayden Daniels. And he's still losing. They both rookies. I don't think Jayden Daniels is in his 3rd or 4th year, is he? No, ain't the same draft. You feel me? So, I mean, no, I don't think he can catch him for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think it's going to be unanimous. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. I don't think he's going to have a better career. And I'm going off what I see now. What I see now. When we see Caleb Williams now, can he get better? Yeah. But we see Jayden Daniels. Can he get better? You damn right. And right now, this is Jayden Daniels. This is Caleb Williams. Are you telling me the get better for Caleb Williams is just going to pass Jayden Daniels in these years? So he's just going to stop? Is this a fluke? I don't think so. So I got Jayden Daniels for Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's not going to change. They both, like I said, look. After those 5 games, the Bears got the Vikings twice, Detroit twice, Niners, Seahawks, Packers. All teams that bring that, the Vikings got that defense. Vikings, Detroit, Niners. You know what I mean? Even though they ain't looking as dominant, but it's still the Niners. And they coming in your fucking house. You feel me? Then the Commanders, they got the Eagles, my Eagles twice. Cowboys twice, Tennessee, New Orleans, and Atlanta. You know what I mean? So the Bears, at the end of the season, I think they got an even tougher stretch. We see what the Vikings defense is doing. They locking boys down. We see what Detroit is made of. You know what I mean? Packers, that's a divisional game. The Niners, by that time, hell, Christian McCaffrey might be back. Who knows? Their team might be whole. Who knows? Whatever the case may be. So, I got Jayden Daniels all day long, bro.
Nah, so Caleb's about to be a bust.
I'm not gonna say he's gonna be a bust. I'm just gonna say he's not gonna turn out to be number one overall material.
He's gonna be like you saying he's like a Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, man, listen. He could possibly get there. Yeah.
Or he's even less than Baker.
Bro, listen, I was never big on Caleb Williams, bro. Ever. I promise you. I never thought. I said I would take Jayden Daniels over Caleb Williams. I'm not a fan of him. I'm not. This has nothing to do with the nails. Has nothing to do with that. I'm not worried about that shit. That's what the niggas, that's what the new kids they do today. The nails, whatever. I'm not whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I just never been a fan of the dude like that, of his game. And I just don't think what he was doing in college, all that spinning around and da. I'm like, he gonna carry that over to the NFL thinking that shit gonna work. It's not. So I'm number one overall pick worthy. No. Bust. Not a bust. But just not when you think number one overall pick, bro, that you the guy. You're the one for us. That's gonna lead us somewhere.
Who was the number one overall pick in that Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield? Was it Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, Baker Mayfield, number one overall pick.
It was Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's
what was Sam Darnold?
Second or third overall. He went to the Jets. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So 5 weeks into the NFL, boys is out here balling. You know the MVP race, you know what I mean? You know, everybody got their MVP race. You understand what I'm saying? So just real quick, man. You know what I mean? I got. See, when it comes to MVP, bro, when you got, I got 5 spots, right? I got 5 spots. To me, 4 and 5 really don't even matter. It's in the NBA too. It really don't matter. You know what I mean? I mean, now it's early, so you can still climb. You know what I mean? But right now, you know what I mean? I got 5 spots. 5 spots, and I'm ranking them as well. So I want you to do the same thing. Who do you have in the NFL MVP race right now? 1 through 5. And you want me to take it? Take it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you got the 1 through 5. Then I got 1 and 2. But
okay.
If you're talking 1 through 5, then okay.
Can't hear you.
Well, if you're talking 1 through 5, then okay. But I got 1 and 2. But I got you. Let's go.
All right. So for me, first guy on my list, number 1, Sam Darnold. He's in the top spot right now. Undefeated. Over 1,100 yards passing, 11 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. 87 of 137, that's 63.5% completion. You know what I mean? Cool. I got him as number 1 spot. Number 2, who we was just talking about. I got Jayden Daniels in the number 2 spot for MVP. And we haven't seen a rookie MVP since it's been so long. So long. You understand what I'm saying? Third, this should be where it throw you off. Third, I'm going to tell you why. I got Derrick Henry as third in MVP race. Let me tell you why. Yeah, understand, bro. Listen, MVP is about moments, too. It's about moments, too. Derrick Henry, 95 carries, 572 yards on the ground, leads the NFL. 6 touchdowns. He's tied first with Kyron Williams from the Rams. 6 yards per carry. You understand? Broke the game open against the Bills with an 87-yard touchdown. I told you they shot out like a fucking cannon. That's what sparked that whole game. You understand? And he finished that game with 199 yards on the ground. In a touchdown. The very next game put up another 151 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns against the Dallas Cowboys. And then just last game, another 15 carries only. 92 yards, 6 yards per carry against the Bengals, and he sealed the OT thriller against the Bengals. 1 play from scrimmage right there. Boom, out of there. Sealed the game. Game-winning kick, it's over. I got him third. Fourth, I got Lamar Jackson. We know what his numbers are: 98, 150, 65%, 1,206 yards, 9 touchdowns, and a pick. Another 363 yards on the ground. You know what I mean? And fifth, I got Pat Mahomes. You know what I mean? I know people going to say, oh, he's undefeated. Pat Mahomes has not been flat out balling like that. That defense has carried him for a couple games. You know what I mean? We should have been talking about them not looking the same. You understand what I'm saying? So I know he had a good game tonight. Good game tonight. You know what I mean? Really good game. Had over 300. He had over 300 yards tonight. Didn't have a touchdown, but he came into this game with 904 yards. So that means he's around a little over the 1,200 yard mark. Still six touchdowns. He got 6 interceptions right now. You feel what I'm saying? So 5 games in, 6 touchdowns. It's not really like Pat Mahomes, and 6 interceptions. Not really like Pat Mahomes. You understand what I'm saying? So that's my 5 spots right there. You can give yours to me right now.
Okay. Well, I mean, my first one, I'm gonna put Sam Darnold at 1. They 5-0. I think the main reason is him being 5-0. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think, you know what I'm saying? But he also has 11 touchdowns, which is obviously second in the league. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously you told about the 1,111 passing yards. That's 12th in the league though. Which is obviously as good as well. And the passer rating is 103.4. You know what I mean? That's 7th in the league. But I think that the 5-0 record, and when we've been watching, we've been like, yo, this dude's balling, bro. Yeah. Like he's been balling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I have to give respect where it's due in that sense of the word. You know what I mean? Like nobody I think it's a lot to do with people being surprised that he was actually going to do this as well, right? Like I don't think because I was saying that he was going to do this, but people are going like he was a bad player. I was like, he's just a bad player. He was just a good player on a bad team. In my opinion.
I don't do oh, I know what, I didn't expect this. Are you balling or not? I don't care if it wasn't expected. Are you balling or not? I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Are you balling?
But I think 100%. But you know, obviously there's narrative and all that. Like, you know, when like storylines, they kind of like, you know, they matter in the media and all that. In the media, stuff, yeah. So like, you know, but you know, me picking him, obviously I picked him in the beginning of the year to be the comeback player of the year, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? That we were having that conversation. So I got him 1. Number 2, I got Lamar, MVP, Action Jackson, my nigga. It's a fact. You know what I mean? It's a fact. Second in total yards in the entire league, bro. In the entire league, man. Straight up balling. I mean, he's balling. We ain't acting like he ain't balling. He balling. 107.3. That's passer rating. That's 4th in the league. 4th in QBR. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The dude don't get sacked much. He's been sacked, 5 times? And out of most players in the entire league, then he's like, 2nd in the least amount of sacks, bro. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Also, he has 360. He's probably going to go over 1,000 yards rushing. Mm-hmm. And he has 2 on the ground as well. So that's a total of 11 touchdowns altogether. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And that team, that offense, the best offense in the league right now in terms of yards. Mm-hmm. They get the most in the league, bro. So they put up the points. They do whatever. And that's a big time reason to Lamar Action Jackson because he's been doing this before and all that stuff. So now I got 3. 3, I'm going to go with your boy Jayden Daniels. I'm going to be fair with that one. And, you know, we've named off all the stuff that he's been doing. Mm-hmm. And the stats that he's been getting. His complete percentage is amazing. There's one game he had over 90-something%. Amazing. You know what I'm saying? He's getting up the pocket. He's making plays. And he has some swag to him too. I like his swagger. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Good player. So I have him number 3. And if I'm gonna go 4 and 5 now off the top of my head because I didn't have 4 and 5. I think I'm gonna throw in. Huh?
Go ahead.
Keep going. What was you saying?
No, I'm about to. No. It don't matter. It ain't nothing. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah. If I'm gonna throw in a 4 and 5, I'll put Mahomes in there because his team is 5-0 as well. And at the end of the day, it's all about winning, and he provides that. Okay. So I'm gonna give him his just due, but I don't think he's playing the best at the quarterback position. I'm gonna be honest. Right. I think that is solely based off record.
Well, I had him 5th. So I mean, whatever.
Yeah. And then the fifth one, I'm gonna go D Henry, man. I'm gonna go D Henry. Meaning a lot of the stuff that you mentioned. He's been the thing is, and what's crazy is it's not like he's been crazy featured too, because there's points and times in the games he came 13 carries one game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And just last game he only had 16 or 15 carries, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he only had about he was like 13 carries or for like it was like 30 something yards or some shit, and then he broke out that 50 something yarder. You know what I'm saying? And in a pivotal time in the game. Regardless, I think that the Cincinnati Bengals wasn't going to stop them either way. Like Cincinnati Bengals wasn't going to stop. They're going to drive down the field and get a kick no matter what. But you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have him there. You know what I'm saying? I got an honorable mention of probably CJ Stroud on that. You know, I'm gonna put CJ in there because that team's 4-1. He's also it's not like he's been playing the great, but he's been doing decently well, and his team's 4-1. So I'm gonna throw him up in there as well. But my first one, Sam Darnold, and for damn sure Lamar Jackson. And next week, if he beats the Commanders and he has a good game, and Sam Darnold has that little pedestrian game like he did last time, Lamar Jackson's going to 1, man.
Okay, so this is my pushback. You having Lamar Jackson, Lamar Jackson, number 2. This is my pushback. Obviously, wins matter, whatever the case may be, right? But the reason why I wouldn't have him above Jayden Daniels is because Jayden Daniels is not out here with arguably one of the greatest running backs ever. And you mentioned him not being featured much, and he's still leading the league in rushing, still leading the league in yards per carry. He's tied for first with 6 touchdowns and shit like that, bro. And like I said, he's a game breaker. He's a game breaker. He has changed life, you know what I mean, for this Ravens team. You know what I mean? He has on the offensive side of the ball. Well, made it, or should I say, has enhanced it by a lot. I just mentioned, I just mentioned the 87-yard breakout, you know what I mean, from scrimmage, the first play of the game against the Bills, finishing with 199 yards, 1 yard shy, 200. The very next game after that, 151 yards and a couple touchdowns. And then once you see, like you said, hardly featured, 15 carries, 92 yards, you know what I mean? And it came at the time when it was needed, bro. It was needed. And overtime right there, boom, we out of here, game over. Derrick Henry, King Henry, he's up there with the 10,000 yards with, with Emmitt Smith and, Danian Tomlinson, Adrian Peterson, Jim Brown type stuff. Derrick Henry is one of the greatest running backs ever in the history of this game. And I would have, and listen, me personally, the only reason I wouldn't have him as my starting running back like all time is because, Adrian Peterson is just a different animal. You know what I mean? With speed wise, he's just a different animal. But if I was picking, somebody to come off my bench, you know what I mean, bro, it'd probably be Derrick Henry. Because even though you got a guy like LaDainian Tomlinson and stuff like that can catch out the backfield, I'm not asking Derrick Henry to go out there and run a route. Catch that ball in the flat. Catch that ball screen right here and take it to the house. He can do that. That's good enough for me. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons I'm gonna push back. And on top of that, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. And Jayden Daniels, bro, his team is not like the Ravens team at all whatsoever. He's carrying his team. He don't have guys like y'all got. I get, he got Terry McLaurin, whatever the case may be. That's cool. It ain't Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? And they got all pros on the other side of the ball. Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith. You got Matabuke, I think is his last name. He's one of the leaders in sacks last year. You know what I mean? So his team is much better. And Jayden Daniels don't have that type. If Jayden Daniels is not doing what he doing, they looking at her. If this was Caleb Williams in place of Jayden Daniels, we wouldn't be mentioning the Commanders at all whatsoever. So that's my only pushback for that. Lamar's balling. That's nothing. I ain't get it twisted. He balling, but I got Jayden Daniels ahead of him.
The reason why I'm not like this the Derrick Henry thing. People make it like because I've been watching all the shows and all that these past couple of days, and it's like I'm like some people talking about having Derrick Henry is like that's why Lamar might not be able to get it or whatever. We've been the best rushing team with much less running backs before. Lamar Jackson is one of the main reasons. I'm not saying the reason. One of the main reasons we have been leading the league in rushing, period, point blank, since he's been in the league. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is you punish other people for having someone on their team like Lamar Jackson has never had a number one out wide out. Not one time. Not one. Not one time. But now when he has somebody that's of the caliber of Henry, now he's getting punished for that? I don't understand that. That don't make no sense, bro.
Listen, nobody's punishing him. But Derrick Henry's impact this season, bro, running the football, being not featured as much, and still leading the league and having these breakout plays and shit like that. The man run for
that has a lot to do with Lamar as well.
Listen, Derrick Henry was Derrick Henry before he was in Baltimore, bro.
True, Baltimore's been Baltimore before.
And nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. But I'm telling you, I'm not putting Jayden Daniels behind Lamar Jackson when Lamar Jackson is benefiting from having Derrick Henry this season. That's a fact. And Derrick Henry is a humongous part. We're not saying Lamar Jackson not, but so is Derrick Henry. So is Derrick Henry running this football. Yeah.
I mean, I hear you. But my thing is, it's just every quarterback has number one outs or number one this or number one that. Lamar Jackson was out there one time with no number one out, with no big time running backs, only a tight end that was a top 3 or whatever tight end, and he was getting MVPs doing that. And now,
last year y'all had a squad last year.
MVP,
First
MVP, 100%.
Yeah.
Last year, and it's not last year, we lost our running backs. It's not like we lost our running backs, and then even though I remember you said that it's easy to,
listen. The run game did not. If you telling me y'all lost the guy and the run game slowed down, all right, cool. It didn't.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, but whether the thing is, this is what I'm saying.
Listen, Gus Edwards been a dog. Justice Hill, he's like that. He's good, bro. Keaton, who y'all had? Keaton, was it Keaton Mitchell for a little while? Bro, y'all offensive line last year, my granny could run through them hoes, man. I know y'all.
The thing is, this is where we have our offensive line was also hurt last year too in moments. And the thing is, this is what I'm saying.
Go ahead,
they said whether or not when other players have their teams, bro, all of a sudden Josh Allen gets Stephon Diggs, he becomes a big time player. Then people are saying, why aren't people saying, you know what? Josh Allen 100% now benefits 100% with Stephon Diggs, and I'm gonna put Stephon Diggs there because Stephon Diggs is getting all these 1,000+ yards. No, I don't want to do that,
bro. Like everybody already. Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm not gonna sit there and act like Derrick Henry's not providing good stuff for us. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? If you have Derrick Henry there, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like there's much. If you have Lamar 4 and him 3, that means there's not much. Somebody, one game, someone's going to go in front of the other. I'm not saying, all I'm saying is they've had a good rush game. And the person that is the number one person that's the
Mike.
Oh, the number one reason why the reason for all that is Lamar Jackson. No matter what running back you put in there, they're always going to have a good rushing attack. I'm not saying no matter Derrick Henry definitely provides us something that we've definitely never had before because we have a true number one RB1.
Yes. And that's what I like to tell you, bro. Like, it's not like Lamar Jackson is out there playing running back. You know what I mean? It's 10 times easier to do what Lamar Jackson is doing versus what Derrick Henry does because he has to run between the tackles. That's what he got to do. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's huh?
Yeah, no one's doing that.
Yeah, so I just think it's different. And Lamar Jackson's running ability is amazing. You know what I mean? I get that, but man, having Derrick Henry back there, bro, it's different, bro. It's just I don't know. But I got him third. I got Lamar 4th right now and Pat Mahomes 5th. And it's obviously subject to change. You know what I mean? Like one game, off game here or there, you know what I'm saying? Lamar can move up to 1 or 2. Who knows? You feel what I'm saying? But for me, on my list, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
It is what it is.
I just think he's been accumulating yards, man. 2 games he's had now over 400 yards. Man, he's been balling out, bro, because that first game could have been different if he won against Kansas City. And we didn't really feature what's his name as much D. Henry, man. But
he's not
I think we have a good balanced attack, man.
He's not hardly featured at all, and he's still leading the league in rushing. You know what I'm saying?
In two games. I think in 2 of the games he wasn't really featured that much.
Listen. Name a game in Derrick Henry's career where he went 2 games and he wasn't featured.
Yeah,
I can't remember one.
The problem is 100%. That's 100%. But I think the problem is because when we go down, I think that's when we change the way we kind of play, and then we have Hill instead of him a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Like when we're down and we're throwing the ball, we put Hill in instead of D. Henry, because D. Henry's not the best at doing what Hill does when we're in the shotgun, and we have him on the right, we have him on the left of Lamar and all that. Like you want down Henry to go get 4 or 5 steps. Like I'm watching Shannon Sharp and all them talk about it as well. Like put him in the eye, and
that's what they said. You remember I said that too.
Yeah. So they want to put him in the eye.
What did they say? Wait a minute. What did they say?
They said that they need to. He said that you need to start giving Derrick Henry 20 touches, at least 20 to 25 touches, and put him in the eye and not have him line up beside Lamar, because that's not his strength at all.
You know that makes me feel good that a Hall of Famer said that, and I said the same. I told you I don't be watching, and I said the same thing. I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. You know what I
mean? Yeah. And then that's why they use Hill. You know what I'm saying? And they use Hill instead of him when we're down. When we're down and we have to throw the ball, because he's a bit more, quicker. He can get out the backfield, and I think what's they needs like momentum.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But also, I'm like, but for me, I'm like, as much as they say that he can't do that, I'm like, shit. If you get what's his name on a 1v1 on the outside, I don't give a fuck who's in front of him. You get him the ball there. I want to see if Derrick Henry can do that. He's got to expand his game too, because he's not just always going to be able to do that. Because sometimes that might be blocked off when he's in the eye, but maybe you put him out, you give him different plays.
Yeah,
see if he can break tackles and go long.
Yeah, but you asking a man who's 6'3", 250 pounds, who's been this type of back for 10 years. Now you want him to change his, not necessarily change. Derrick Henry, he's never going to go out for a route. Everything's going to be a screen or it's in the flat. You might get a toss. You might get a toss play to him on the outside, but other than that, bro, he come.
Toss 100%. Toss.
But Derrick Henry is not a. He's an in between the tackles guy. He's better like that. 100%. North south.
100%. But sometimes you got to mix things up, and you never know. He could, if you throw him, because he does sometimes get those balls where they say that he's not good as good as other, that's not his strength.
Yeah.
But I say, you know what? Why not? You can give him a couple, maybe 2, 3. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You never know if one's going to take one to the house. You just never know.
They give him opportunity. They give him opportunity. They give him. It may not be a lot. It may not be a lot, but I think they're using him just right. They're not about to put. And even I said 20, 25 carries, but remember I said you think they saving him for the postseason for 20, 25? Because, bro, listen to me. When you got a big running back like that, as the game goes on, some guys' mentality is, man, I'm tired of hitting this big motherfucker. And the later the game goes on, it seems like Derrick Henry gets stronger. You feel what I'm saying? So they could be, maybe we don't need 20 to 25 carries from him right now. But in them playoffs, it's going to go up. It's going to go up.
There's been a few games where he did get 20 something, but I honestly think that it all depends on the situation, like the game. Like if you see the game against the Bills, you know what I'm saying, when we went up, okay, now we're going to be running the ball because we want clock, we want to manage the game. We're going to manage the clock. And that's perfect now that you have Hill and you have a Henry. But if we're losing, that's when he's probably not going to be featured until we get to the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think he's going to have a lot of touchdowns too. Because we get to the red zone, Lamar Jackson, he not one of them niggas that want to just go get it. He's going to give it to their run back and they going to fucking get in that bitch.
So you see the Ravens, are you going to predict again this year, Ravens Super Bowl or?
We Super Bowl for sure. Okay. Super Bowl, and if Devontae Adams comes over, if Devontae Adams comes over, because I like those tweets that you putting out there, D. Come on, D. Come on, Adams.
So I got
come over to the.
So I got a question. So y'all had, obviously we know the team y'all had last year stacked, didn't get it done. So let's just say this year, y'all had a very good team last year. Yeah, the defense.
Offensively, we were stacked. Offensively, we're not stacked, bro.
Okay, so you got Lamar Jackson.
We're not stacked.
Listen. Listen,
Yeah.
you told me that y'all had weapons out there. You wasn't worried about nothing. I got it on video. I got it on audio.
We have weapons. 100% we have weapons.
So listen. You had a great team last year. Defense carried the team. I said that from the beginning. Yeah, for sure. I mean, defense carried the team. For sure.
No. They did their part, but
defense is the one that carried that team. When y'all was going with not scoring and shit like that, like you was complaining about, the defense was the one. No, the defense was the reason that y'all was still getting a bunch of opportunities.
Defense, you're gonna have to defend.
Okay, that's all I'm saying is that last year was the best chance leading for Lamar's career to go get a touchdown. I mean, not a touchdown, to go to the Super Bowl. They had everything that they needed. Best run game in football, best offense in football, best defense in football, all pros everywhere, all that type of shit. So the question is this: if it don't happen, if y'all don't get Devontae, because you saying Super Bowl without Devontae. So even if y'all do get Devontae and y'all don't get it done this year, then what we gonna say?
Nothing.
What would it be? What would it be?
It's gonna be like the Peyton Manning. Like we gotta win, bro. And it's not just like we gotta win as an organization. It's not a thing where I'm talking about we gonna get on it. We gonna get on. Like we have to win, bro.
No. What I'm saying is this, because it's always all right. He ain't got this, or it's the coaching, or the coach didn't call this play, didn't do that. You know what I mean? So are we? If at some point in time, are we gonna look at the players and be like, yo? All right, you got the MVPs, you all the stats, and he's this, he's that. Got the greatest running back, one of the arguably the greatest running backs ever. You know what I mean? Blah 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 blah. I mean, are we gonna start looking at the players? I've already done, but you get on my top when I get on them. You know what I mean? So when are you gonna be like, okay, it's time to look at these players now, because you blame the coaches, and you always blame the coaches and stuff like that. So I'm just asking.
Always.
Yeah, okay, you blamed the last year in the AFC Championship game. Did you not blame the coaches? You blame the coaching staff.
The coach was 100%.
Okay, so you blame the coaching staff.
They lost their identity.
Okay,
this is not everyone say the same thing.
Listen, that's fine. I'm just letting you know. I'm just what you said. You blame the coaches. And before then, he didn't have this, he didn't have that. So he had all of that last year, and it didn't get done. You blame the coaches. So if you said Super Bowl before Devontae Adams, assuming that Devontae Adams is coming. You know what I mean? But let's just say he don't. You said Super Bowl before him. Boom.
I think we should be getting to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Okay, so with Devontae Adams, if and when, and it don't happen this year, are you going to start looking at the players now, or is it going to be the coaches again? Or is this one of them things you gotta wait and see what happens, how it plays out?
I hear the question. I don't know, depending on what the situation, whatever happens. You know what I mean? But I'm not sitting there putting no thing on Lamar. Lamar has to get the job done if he wants to be one of the best players. But let's not get it twisted. There's always context. If you go and watch the game, there's reasons on why something happens. Yeah. If Lamar Jackson goes out there and has a bad game and he don't get it done, then we're gonna be like, Lamar, you got to go get it done. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But the same the same stuff that he has is this, because there's other players that are also vying to get this trophy but don't get the same shit that he do. And just because he got an MVP, and he had an MVP the other year before that too, and he had nowhere near a good offense as other fucking quarterbacks, but people wanted to expect him to go get a Super Bowl then too.
Nobody wanted him to go get a Super Bowl in 2019. Nobody said that. Nobody.
No, they should. No one thought that they should.
No
one thought that they had the best team. They so-called had the best team.
They was not telling he should go win a Super Bowl in 2019. They was not. I don't remember that.
I mean, okay, I remember that, because when I remember that, because I know after they lost, he can't win from coming back. He can't win from throwing. He can't do this. He can't. That's all that it was, bro.
That's not saying That's not saying they want him to go win a Super Bowl in his fucking second year.
No, I'm saying from his team when they were 14-2 or whatever the fuck it was.
Okay.
They were like, this team we're obviously one of the best teams. They were the best team in the league. This team should be going to the Super Bowl. And we didn't do that. And because of the so-called lack of the lack of thing from Lamar Jackson was what it was. That's what they're saying, because he doesn't score points when you get in there, because they zone in on what your weaknesses are, and then he has to throw in the pocket. Then when he does that now it's going to be something else. And then when he does this, it's something else. But we're going to see now, man. We're going to see, because, we're going to see, bro.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you the same thing I've said before, when you come out here, you MVPs, you wrote off the stats, percentages, wins, and things like that, and you don't. What more does Lamar have to prove in the regular season? There's nothing left to prove. The MVP is a regular season award. All right, cool. You could perform well in the regular season, bro. This is sports, bro. Every player that's looked at in a high regard is going to get that type of criticism. Like I said before, bro, they did it to Peyton. They did it to Peyton. But I'm saying when you be talking about it, you be like, oh, why they only do this to Lamar? He's not the only one they do that to. He's not, bro.
Yeah, they do.
Bro,
I mean for the most part, a lot of it. I mean, I'm just going off of definitely what
Jordan. They did it to Peyton Manning. All of the accolades, the 13-3 seasons, 12-4, 14-2, 49 touchdowns, 50, all of that shit. He was in the playoffs. Peyton Manning wasn't the regular season Peyton Manning.
100%.
He was getting killed, bro. So the guys that's looked at in that regard, you know what I'm saying?
Right now.
Yes, they're going to get done like that.
Yeah, let's talk about, because I'm telling you right now, the criticism that Lamar gets, Josh Allen and Joe Burrow don't get that, bro. Joe Burrow don't get it because why? He went to the fucking championship 4 years ago.
Listen,
or 3 years ago.
Because Joe, I'm giving you my opinion why I think so. Then we're gonna move on because we gotta go to the Lakers shit, and you can respond if you want to, but whatever. Joe Burrow has not had near the team.
I want to hear this.
I'm just the team Lamar Jackson has had. When you talk about you look at Jamar Chase, right? Great wide receiver, right? Really good wide receiver. Great wide receiver. You're talking about one guy. Ain't nobody looking at T. Higgins like that, bro. Nobody's looking at T. Higgins. Nope. Ain't nobody looking at T. Higgins like that as one of these
second wideout. What are you talking about?
Listen. What I'm saying is to look. Nobody's looking at T. Higgins like this guy is just this. He's like he on Jamar Chase's level. He's not.
But that doesn't mean anything,
listen,
though.
he's not. And then when you look at the Bengals offensive line running for his life the entire fucking season, one of the, if not the, matter of fact, it was the worst offensive line. The throws that Joe Burrow is making at the moment in time he needs to make, went into Arrowhead and got a dub and it beat Pat Mahomes and went to the Super Bowl. They came up short in the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? But it's the things that has been leading up. Joe Burrow made his name from throwing, making throws from throwing. And leading this team past Pat Mahomes in the playoffs and things like that, battling and having a good record against him in the regular season. Joe Burrow is just not working. The defense is not giving him a lot of opportunities like that. You know what I mean? So when I've heard people talk about Joe Burrow, that's a lot of things that they talk about. The throw-making ability, the defense reading ability, the will to be able to go out there and get your team over the hump, you know what I mean, and advance, whatever the case may be, with having less, because his defense has never been like that. His offensive line his offensive line has never been like that. Even in the Super Bowl, he was running for his fucking life. You understand what I'm saying? So I think they hold Joe Burrow in a higher regard than Lamar Jackson, you know what I mean, or talk about him, I guess, because of those reasons. That's what I get from it. So whatever, I mean, you can respond, but we're gonna go ahead and move on after this.
Yeah. My thing is this. You see, when this is with the history that needs to be, like when people talk about, first off, you got to score points, bro, and he's had an offense capable of putting points up on the board, bro.
Yeah.
And there's no going around it. In the playoffs, his team was getting stops. In the playoffs, they were defending a lot better. Just like sometimes that happens in football when your team ain't the greatest at defending, they're maybe in the middle of the pack on the defensive side of the ball, but when the playoffs come, things turn up, and that's just what it is. You just turned up during that period of time. That's what happened with Joe Burrow. And then the funny thing is, when he has a very capable offensive group and Lamar Jackson has half of that, they expect him to do that. But then you want to talk about defense, but then offensively, the thing is, I'm not saying that he's not a part of a reason why, but just because of one game that he did to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to just put him over Lamar Jackson.
Bro.
I mean, and not get the type of not get the type of criticism, and it's not just Burrow, because Josh Allen, same. They talk about the game that he had and bro.
Well, they talk about Josh Allen. He gets criticism for being a turnover machine. He gets criticism. I don't know. No.
I mean, yeah, because I don't know, but from me watching all the shows, that Lamar Jackson for sure gets the most heat out of all of them. That's no doubt about it.
But listen, listen. When you got the MVPs, that's what come with it, bro. That's what come with it. He's never going to escape that. No, he's not going to escape it, bro. That's just how it works, my nigga.
I'm not thinking that he should. I'm not. Oh, keep going.
Nothing. I don't even want to keep. We ain't got enough time.
I'm not. All I'm saying is this: I don't mind him being criticized, Big Mike. I'm just saying he and those other top tier quarterbacks that are at all that same level, they should all be criticized the same, because they all have not won. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's remiss from it, brother. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I want those other guys to be critiqued the same way.
Listen, in the NFL,
that's what I'm saying.
In the NFL, Jordan, it's about what your quarterback can do for you. Lamar has shown that,
and they all haven't won.
Right, and no, you're right. They haven't won, but listen, it's a difference between getting there and not getting there at all. He hasn't given his team he's not giving his team a chance to win a Super Bowl.
What?
He hasn't got there.
Yeah, that's one more game, but Josh Allen hasn't got there either.
I don't listen. I've already criticized. I'm not the guy that whoever you talking about who holds.
I mean, it's a talking heads all over the network, all over everyone.
Okay,
I can send you multiple. How they put Josh Allen ahead of everyone just because.
Who is everyone?
They put it right. Even just last week before the Ravens game, people were saying Josh Allen second best quarterback in the league.
Based off this season or overall in its totality?
The second best. He's a tier 2, just under Mahomes.
Okay, I'm saying.
And then they do that with thing as well.
But are they clear? Are they saying this season so far? Early on.
Yeah. I'm talking about period. Even the times when Lamar Jackson was the best player in the league, or not best player, when he's getting MVPs, Lamar Jackson's not number 2 or number 3. It's Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, then him, and sometimes they even put Justin Herbert.
But I think
it's always that way.
I think Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Lamar and Pat Mahomes. Now, Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, nah, I don't think they're better than Lamar. You know what I mean? I think they can listen. Josh Allen is a turnover machine, right? Even throughout the season, right? Lamar Jackson is not a turnover machine during the season like that. Lamar Jackson will turn the ball over in the playoffs. That's where he had turned that motherfucker over. So that's I know you got Josh Allen, a turnover machine all the time. Lamar's not like that, but it's in them playoffs when he turned the ball over when he's needed most, and sometimes in the regular season at the end of the game. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's better than than Lamar. Josh Allen's better than Lamar. I damn sure don't think Justin Herbert. If you're talking about throwing wise, like just the thrower of the football, okay, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But Justin Herbert had Keenan Allen. He had Austin Eckler. He had Mike Williams over there before the ACL injury. You know what I'm saying? They had a 27-0 lead against the Jaguars, and they came back and lost that game, 31-27. So I told you already that Justin Herbert is already on the hot seat. Now, maybe things could be different with Jim Harbaugh there, because anywhere Jim Harbaugh goes, they get better. Seahawks, Michigan, you know what I mean? You know, not the Seahawks, I'm sorry. The 49ers got better. Michigan just won a national championship, and now he's back in the NFL. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how they do. Maybe that can be a change, but for right now, still to me, he's still in the hot seat, bro. He's still in the hot seat. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm just saying that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. They all have to be criticized. They all haven't won the big game, because as much as that happened, they all went to the big game. Some people went to the big game, don't get a job done. Mm-hmm. Just had one more good game, and I'm not that. If they're all at the top tier and they all haven't won, and they've all had situations where they've not done well, but Lamar just gets more of the flack, bro. And I'm not with that, yo.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, quarterback is about leading your team to the promised land. And he just hadn't done it. He just hadn't done it. It is about winning. It can only be one winner. But at the end of the day, you got to be a guy. It's guys that got to the promised land after you got drafted in the league. You know what I mean? And the quarterback is probably in football. It's the most criticized position. If you can't get your team there and you got all the accolades, It's like, all right, what's next for you? You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
I mean,
So,
that's where it's kind of crazy because I think we all know that. I mean, especially us as sports people, because I know you played sports too. I like to get there, but don't get me wrong. If you got to win, bro. You want to be one of the greatest. You can get there. Like right now, if Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen all retired today, there's only one Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
and he didn't go to the Super Bowl.
For sure. But unfortunately, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
That just goes to show you that he's had a better he had a better career than all them niggas so far. Even though he went to the Super Bowl, had one more game, he got the Super Bowl. So yeah, I can't.
Sometimes that's all it takes is one better performance than you to be. You know what I mean? To be like that, and on top of that, bro, like shit.
So when he gets there, there's gonna be no more of that though. When he gets there, there's going to be no more. When he gets there, there's going to be. Listen. When
he get there, at least you can have somebody say, at least he can get his team to the promised land. He hasn't shown that, bro. He hasn't shown it. He hasn't shown it.
Just like you say, you need them niggas to win. You can't fuck about getting there. Just like with the NBA with the Philly.
You're right.
Like, yo, nigga, I can get less.
You're right. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to show that capability, bro, and that's never going to change. No matter how you feel, it's never going to change in football, bro. It's never.
LeBron, man.
What are you talking about? What the fuck this got to do with LeBron? What are we talking about? The way you be going about Lamar, you just doing this because of Lamar, my nigga. I could say that about you all day long. All day long. You had don't go there. Listen, I'm glad you brought that. I'm glad you brought that up. You try to say that's because I love LeBron. I'm gonna give you two instances where you can don't even bring that statement up to me ever again. You had Lamar Jackson as better than Pat Mahomes, and then when you on my dead daddy, you did. I swear to God, on my life, you did.
I was trolling.
No. You were not trolling. You said this. Listen, and at the end of the season, you was like, well, what I meant was he had a better. No. At that time, that's not what you said. You said he was better than Lamar Jackson. Then you backtracked that, and don't get me when you talked about Steph Curry saying that he was in Portland in 2015 instead of Dame Lillard, that the Portland Trailblazers would have won a fucking championship because Steph Curry was there. And then you backtracked it and said, well, what I really meant was they would have went further. That's not what you said, nigga. So I don't want to hear it about, that's because you like, that has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with, we talking football. We're talking football.
Okay, so all right, now let me just first off, I was trolling just to let that.
Yeah, he wasn't trolling. He wasn't trolling
about the Lamar thing. Well, I mean, the thing is, the only thing that we can do here is you can only take my word on what it is. If you want to,
and what you say,
you right. So right. I don't need
you
to.
Damn right.
Like I was definitely trolling on that one. With the Steph Curry thing, you're damn right. He would take them further than Dame Lillard.
But damn right. Listen, but that's not what you said. You said they would win the championship in 2015. That's what you said. And then you backtracked.
In 20 what?
2015. Do I got to get Navi on here? We're gonna get Navi on here next time.
It don't matter. The thing is, just because I troll and say something.
Now it's trolling. Jordan. So let me ask you a question. So you was trolling when we was on the video, on the WhatsApp video, and you was pumping your chest, looking close all in the phone, talking crazy like you always do. You was you was emotional. You let your emotions take over, and then when you can't, you know how Incredible Hulk, but when he see his woman, he come back down to a regular person. That's what happened.
Now with that Dame Lillard thing, though, that whole Dame Lillard conversation is kind of crazy because this dude's just trying to say he's on the same thing as Steph, and he's just not, bro.
Okay. That's another. I really don't care. That's another conversation for another day. I already know you don't like Dame. You know what I mean? You're a Steph Curry guy. You don't like the sound of Dame Lillard's name. You go to extreme measure to try to shit on Dame.
True.
Yeah, it is. But we're going to move on from that. That's neither here nor there. It is. Boy. Don't let Anyway, man. Moving on, transition to the NBA real quick before we get up out of here, man. We just seen LeBron James and Bronny share the floor for the first time in preseason. You understand that? You heard all the bullshit coming into the league. You know what I mean? Oh, he shouldn't have did this, and this is this, that, and the third, and that. Everybody had something to say about it. And it was a preseason game, but what were your thoughts seeing this? You know, thoughts seeing LeBron James, he came to the league in 2003. And now here in 2024, going into 25 season, his 22nd year, you know what I'm saying? His son is on the floor with him. Talk to me. What you think about that?
It's your favorite player, man. Go off.
It's not my favorite player. Kevin Garnett is my favorite player. Let's get that very clear.
In today's game.
Okay. It was great, bro. Like this is My nigga, is this what? This is fatherhood, bro. What father wouldn't want to do this? What father would not like to have their child on the same court, on the same floor with them at the same time? You know what I'm saying? How many fathers would want to do this? This is a testament to his greatness as well, bro, and excellence as well. You know the Warriors wanted to get Bronny? They wanted Bronny.
Yeah.
But they said, you know what? We want to fulfill LeBron James' wishes. If LeBron James wasn't a great player, wasn't excellent, hasn't done magnificent things for this game and took this game to a whole nother fucking level, you feel what I'm saying? They wouldn't have honored that. They wouldn't have honored that. This is also a testament to his longevity, bro. I mentioned LeBron James came in 2003. The man's going to be 40 in 2 months. 40. And we've had guys play 22 years, 21 years, 20, Kareem, Dirk, and KG, my favorite player of all time, 19, 20, 21 years, whatever the case may be. But they wasn't doing it at this level. Mm-hmm. LeBron James is still playing the same type of game. And I think his career is more special than anybody's. Because of you look at the longevity, and he's still playing above the rim. Can he jump as high? He may not be getting all this over the rim no more. His head still at the rim, you know what I mean, sometimes, you know what I mean? He may not be, taking 1 or 2, 3 dribbles, getting up full court no more. It may be 5 dribbles. It might be a little slower. Remember I told you, when he facing these guys up and he try to drive past them and he don't get it, he turns it into a post-up. LeBron James wasn't doing that when he was younger. When he faces you up, he's going to the rim, you're getting dunked on or whatever, he's getting by you. So, I mean, he has lost a little step, but he's still got enough to go out there and be a starter and be a killer and be somebody that can help you win in this league. You feel what I'm saying? So the longevity also means a big part in this. And to see your child out there, bro, and like I said, it ain't like they skipped over some generational talent. They didn't skip over no generational talent in the draft or this year's draft for the 55th pick to pick LeBron James Jr. You know what I'm saying? Since when has the 55th pick meant something to the organization that's where they're going to go out there and win? Just to give you a few names, I've done this before, but just to give you a few names of the guys that was a 55th pick. And, it's 25. I won't go through all 25 names. I can go through names right now. You don't even know them. Isaiah Wong. He came in 20. Matter of fact, I can go all the way back. Let's go way back to 2000. Got Chris Porter. You don't know him. Robertus Jeff Tokus. You don't know him. Luis Scola. Okay player. He ain't lead you nowhere. Ain't helping you get nowhere. He ain't help T-Mac do a damn thing. Couldn't even get out the first fucking round. You understand? Rick Rickard. Luis Flores. I mean, these are names you don't even know, bro. Patty Mills, he came in 09, 55th pick. Etwan Moore. Maybe you know that name. And it's like, bro, you don't even know these other guys' names, man. So since when has a 55th pick meant that much to a team for somebody to come out here and say, oh, they don't want to win a championship? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? And then I hate the nepotism thing. Is it nepotism when these companies and corporations got their son as a CEO and VP and COO and CFO? No, it's not. These niggas ain't put no motherfucking work in. None. And they get put in position to do things. At least Bronny was All-American. At least he went to college. And at least he's shown you the capabilities to be an NBA player. He's not going to be LeBron James. He already told people right now, the guys he modeled his game after is Derek White, Drew Holiday, Davion Mitchell. Those are all wing defenders. They can get out in transition. They can do everything. They can do it all. You understand what I'm saying? So this is great to see. This is magical. This is a moment in history, that don't need to be forgotten. You understand what I'm saying? Especially coming from where LeBron come from. Your mama was 16 when she had you. Your daddy was never around. Came up in the projects. Everything your back was against the wall. Your own teammates, your future teammates was shitting on you before you got the league. Darius Mills, Carlos Boozer, them boys. Shitting on you. You know what I'm saying? You exceeded all expectations and you still here? And your son is here? Magical shit. Great shit. God shit. You feel me? I'm not calling him God. I'm just saying. God shit, man. That's God, man. God is on this man's side, bro. So, great. I ain't got nothing else to say about this shit. Niggas need to quit hating on that man, for sure.
I mean, yeah, this is big, man. I'm not trying to sit here and act like it ain't big. It's a big moment for him and his family. I'm happy for them. I hope I hope Bronny can at least be somewhat good in the NBA. You know what I mean? Because of course you want. I think the first. I know as a dad, you know, you obviously want him to do well, super well. But I know he's just happy that he actually got there, and now he's gonna have, you know, that he's made it, you know, to the NBA. And now the next step for him is obviously to maintain and be in the NBA. You know what I mean? He's saying that he's gonna be a HOF, or I don't know what he said. Something like he's gonna be a. He said some shit like that, LeBron James. I'm like, oh, I mean, he might be bugging with that one, but you know, I guess he's his dad, right? So he's got to have the utmost confidence in him, and he you know, he's gonna empower him and give him all his knowledge and all that. You know what I mean? So I think this is big for the James family. I'm happy for them, and I don't think this is gonna be done again. But you know, this happened in other sports, like in the MLB, I think in the NHL.
Yeah, King Griffey. Yeah.
The NHL as well. I think Gordie Howe, whatever his name is, Gordie Howe. Yeah, they did that as well. So it's been done. It's just haven't been done in the NBA. Because the NBA is it's hard, man, to go and be, you know, 20 something years, be playing till this age. I think what's more impressive is the level that LeBron James is still at, and his son's in the league. Because, you know, it could be like one of them things where you're Vince Carter and you're putting up like 4 points a game and you're in the league, and it's like, yeah, you there, but like, are you really there? You know what I mean? But LeBron James, he's still, you know, one of the top 10 players in the league. He's still, you know, a 25 point per game scorer. You know what I'm saying? Giving you 7 and 7. Still the main player on his team, because it ain't AD. I mean, if you talk maybe production, maybe AD, but you're talking about the leader and, you know, the best player on the team, I would say it's LeBron James. So I think saying that, I think that's big. You know what I mean? I think that's even more a testament to his greatness. You know what I'm saying? To be at that level and to be playing with his son. It's just the question is his son going to be good? That's the only thing. Like, I don't know, like, you know, because there's a lot of All-Americans that come in, you know, and they're like, you know, first off, they don't even get to the NBA. That's one. And then there's some that come into the NBA and they don't pan out to be anything great. But, you know, having his dad there's definitely going to help. So he better be picking his brain and being a guy that's going to be in the gym constantly. You know what I'm saying? Getting better and better and better.
Bro, listen.
You know what I mean? So
anytime, and I gave Steph Curry props for this. He grew up rich. Steph Curry ain't never seen no disconnect bill. Ever.
Yeah.
There's not a sneaker. That's probably not a sneaker. He never got, unless he had the type of parents that's like, you know, even though we got money, you're not about to just get everything. You still to make sure them grades is right, chores, blah blah. And even still, that doesn't mean just because you brought home straight A's this time, that don't mean I'm about to go get you 5 pair of sneaks. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? If he had those type of parents, that's great too. But to be a 100%. rich kid, and we know LeBron James and Jr. is filthy. He got NIL money. You know what I'm saying? He had NIL money in college. Even before NIL money, he was rich. You might say, no, your daddy rich, but he ain't wanting for nothing. He ain't wanting for nothing. And to still have that competitive work ethic to get to the NBA, and you grew up rich, that's a different mentality. So I think LeBron James Jr. is going to be damn good. Who better to learn from? What can you not ask LeBron James about defense? What can you not ask LeBron James about the offensive side of the ball? What can you not ask him about seeing the floor, picking the floor? He's already done that. Already been doing that. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, you model your game after, you know, Davion Mitchell, Rondo, Drew Holiday, and Derek White. You pass the ball. That's what LeBron James Jr. can do. He can get you an open look. He can get out in transition. He can play perimeter defense. You see him getting back on defense already, having transition defense blocks already. You know what I'm saying? That's his makeup. So I think he's in great shape, and I think he's going to be a really good basketball player for sure.
Think he's in great shape?
No, I'm saying I think like in great shape to become a really good basketball player. You know what I mean? With who he's around, with who he's around. Go ahead.
Who do you think? What do you think his max potential? What do you think his max potential is?
It's hard for me to say that right now, but I think without seeing
like if you were to just throw someone out there, like
the guys that he modeled his game after, those guys like a Drew, a Davion Mitchell, a Derek White. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like Derek White and Drew is you know, they taking these teams and leading them somewhere. They on good teams and bringing their game to these good teams. And Boston was good. You know what I mean? You add a Drew Holiday in there, who can defend. You know what I mean? He got some size on it. And look, Bronny's going to get – you don't got to be Drew Holiday size. I'm just saying. But, he's going to hit the weights. He's going to get stronger. He ain't even got his man body or his man strength. The kid 19 years old, 20 years old. He don't even have his man body, his man strength yet, bro. So he's going to get he's been watching his daddy since he was a kid. You don't think he's been watching his pops in the weight room all these years? His pops ain't waiting a month after the season to start working out, go on vacation. Nigga, he back in the gym a week later, 2 weeks later, in the gym. Same mentality. He's going to get better, and I think he could be those type of guys, period. I think he can do that. Drew, Davion. Obviously, Davion Mitchell is not on a team like the Celtics. He ain't on a team like that. But Davion Mitchell is a damn good basketball player. He can knock the three down, scrappy on defense, whatever the case. You know what I mean? He can pass the rock, shoot the three. Yeah. That's going to be Bronny, bro. Drew, Derek White. Yeah, that's going to be him. That's going to be him. I think he can he can be like those guys right there. He's not going to be the guy that's going to lead your team to the promised land. That's not his game. It's not what he's going to do. In order for him to go out there and win championships, I think he's going to have to be on a team that's a really good basketball team, and he can come in and do what he do. And like Drew and Derek White and Rondo or Davion Mitchell, whatever the case may be. That's where I'm at with that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, from looking, like their next rookie, Connect or whatever.
Connect Four.
He's nice, bro.
Connect Four, yeah.
Player, bro.
Yeah.
He's a good player, man.
Yeah.
Even who they played, like when they played Minnesota, my man from Kentucky, Rob Dillingham, that dude a baller, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rob Dillingham is a baller, bro.
Yep.
Rob with the shifts. But I don't know. I don't know what I would see from him, honestly. I don't know what type of player. I mean, I think he's going to probably be a defensive player. Is he going to be a backup player, a backup point guard, or maybe something like that? You know what I'm saying? I'm not too sure. You know what I'm saying? What's going to really matter is how much minutes he gets. Because ultimately, bro, this, Big Mike, you have to get the chance. If you get the chance, then that's when you're going to be able to show. Mm-hmm. But if he's going to get no tick or nothing like that, then that's where it's going to be. And that's where you're going to see where's his mental and all that and how that's going to play out.
Yep.
Because ultimately, in order to get better, you got to play.
Yep.
And that's in anything. So, just got to hope he gets to play, and then we get to see what type of potential he has,
For sure. I'm with you on that, man. So, man, listen, man, for the ones that's watching right now, we're going to go ahead and get up off here. For the ones that's listening, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to Under the Lights here on this Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. You understand? Shout out to my guy Jordan. You know how we rocking my guy. For the ones that's watching on YouTube right now, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, share it, and let them know we're talking that good sports talk. You understand? For the ones that's listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts right now, keep listening, keep downloading because we see them. You understand? So we'll be back on here Thursday. That's our show for the day, and we gone.
Under the lights, speaking of facts, double the price, yeah.